Shalom Yisharallah. First and foremost, I to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessing to those La'akim that's preached the word in all truth and sincerity. Alone to Israelite foreigner brothers that like the heathens, but the line of outside goes back to the nation of Israel. Which nation of Israel are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans through the prophecies and curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter and throughout the Bible? So this is Brother Yakal on my pregnant video, and today's video will be entitled Mysteries Are Revealed Unto the Meek. I was going to go on some precepts and Lord willing, you brothers and you sisters out there be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemo Shai. And before I go on to the lesson, I just define the word mystery, and it means something that is difficult or impossible to understand or explain. And that's right, and that's the Holy Bible, the Holy Scriptures, because we understand it's only given to the elect to understand the mysteries of the Scriptures, because just real quick, I just thought of a precept. When you go, Scriptures speak about to the holy all things are plain. Let's see, trying to find that. Yep. This is Sirach 39 and verse 24. It says, as his ways are plain unto the holy. Right. So you will find within the Bible the Lord's ways, which is the laws, statutes, and commandments, the Scriptures, all the Scriptures, but the whole Bible is plain unto the holy. They're able to, which is the elect are able to understand clearly. It says, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked, right? So, the Scriptures are stumbling blocks unto the wicked, because to them it is not given, given a full understanding. They may know certain precepts, but, they don't know, the heavy breakdowns of the Scriptures, the prophecies, you see. So let's go to Sirach 3 and 19. And it reads, many are in a high place and are renowned and right. Because you have a lot of theologists, you have a lot of Bible scholars that are, looked at in a positive light amongst this world to know the Bible, and they're of renown. Even these Christian pastors, Joel Osteen and T.D. Jakes, guys like that, they're renowned. They're in a high place in the society in regards of so-called knowing the Scriptures, which they really don't know the Scriptures. It says, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek, right? So the mysteries, which are the Scriptures, the prophecies are revealed unto the meek, the humble, because even our Lord Yahweh Shai, when you go to Matthew 11 and verse 25, it says, at that time, Yahweh Shai answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and the prudent, the wise and the prudent of this world, the Bible scholars, and which they know certain things. They know, they're able to, pinpoint, certain locations. They are able to excavate, biblical lands to verify the Scriptures, to verify if the Scriptures are true, which they are. So they know stuff like that. They know certain locations. They know it's been records of these Edomites finding I believe, was it Isaiah scroll? Is either Isaiah or Jeremiah scroll, something like that. You know, I'm gonna have to go back and look it up, but they're able to find stuff like that. Relics. You know, but as far as the prophecies, the deep mysteries of the prophecy, they don't. It's not given unto them. It says, and it has revealed unto them, and has revealed them unto babes, right? And that's to our apostles, elders, a great millstone, to us brothers on down. Because we're considered babes in this society. We consider a babe is insignificant. We're considered that. Niggas and spicks and and That's how we're looked at in the society. That we're dumb. We're foolish. But the Lord deals with the lowly, man. He deals with the underdogs. That would be unfair if the Lord was to give Esau everything and we just have nothing. That would be an unfair match. So yeah, Esau was blessed with the sword, but he's not blessed to know the understanding of the Bible, with balance. He has all this power carnally, with his weaponry and stuff, and his drones, even his wordplay, right? Because he can deceive people. But he's not blessed to understand the scriptures, man, because that's our blessing. To go into the prophecies and to break them down, and to make them plain upon tables. That was given to us, brothers. Us, beginning on with our apostle, Elder Great Millstone, in the truth. But let's go to Matthew 13 and verse 10 and 11. It says, and the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in the parables? Because, this was after our Lord Yahushua had spoke the parable of the sower and the seed. It says, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. And that's correct. And that applies today as well. Which the Lord was speaking to Israelites. Which his truth is only for Israelites. With the elect, if I didn't say that already. So yeah, it was only given to the disciples, which later became apostles at this time. In these modern day times, it's given to the elect, the 144,000, man, to understand this truth entirely, the 1/3. So for us to be able to truly understand the scriptures and know what we're involved in, that is a blessing within itself. Because you have a lot of Israelites that know that they're Israelites, but they really don't go deep into the scriptures, man. They're surface level Israelites. They just go into the laws, which, yeah, that's good, that's great. Going to the laws because that is the customs of our heritage. But when it comes down to telling our people Jacob's trouble is coming and Esau, the so-called white man, gonna come down with great wrath. It's gonna be military checkpoints. It's gonna be concentration camps very soon, open. Torture camps, rehabilitation centers. We may have to die in this truth. A lot of these Israelite camps outside of Great Millstone, they don't go into those prophecies. So yeah, they may teach Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans are Israelites, which is true, but they don't go in depth into the prophecies, man, which is very important because Apostle Paul said, "Covet to prophesy." Rather that you may prophesy. So that's our first priority, man. So, and it's I want to get that scripture on how the Lord deals with the underdogs, man. 1 Corinthians 1 And verse 27, it says, "But Yahweh have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise," and right, and we are considered foolish in this world, but the Lord made us sharp in His truth, you know, to understand the scriptures and to confound the wise, confound Esau, all his Bible scholars, you know. It says, "And Yahweh had chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty," and right, and we are considered weak in the society, but the Lord made us confound these people that are so-called mighty in the scriptures. It says, "In base things of the world and things which are despised." Aren't we despised? The scripture says that we are the nation not desired. So we're despised. And the base things of the world, we're the base things, and the things which are despised, have Yahweh chosen, yet, and the things which are not, to bring to naught things that are, right? So the Lord deals with the underdogs, man. And Lord willing, the Lord keep us in the faith until the end to keep continuing to fight for our crowns, man, because it's going to be worth it in the end. We got to fight to, now, because back then, the ancient world, we knew who we were. We didn't have to battle against, contend with the heathens to prove who we were. The heathens and us, our forefathers knew who we were. But that's also a prophecy in the book of Hosea that we will have to, they shall say that we are not the people of the Most High. Did you get that? So the fact that we got to do that, man, it shows you that we lost our true nationality, which was prophecy as well. The great falling away. This is Hosea 1 in verse 11. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured or numbered. Because it's many Israelites on the earth that you can't put a number to. And it shall come to pass that in the place, which that place is America, Babylon the Great, where it was said to them, "You are not my people." Yeah, because this is the only place, this is the only time now in our history where, the heathens told us we wasn't the Israelites. We're being told here that we're not the true Israelites. And we prove it through the script, through the prophecies, man, through the curses, and through, we're able to make the scriptures up with the events that happened to us in history. And it's and is 100% accurate. But they still try to negate the fact that we're not the true people of the Lord, the Israelites. "You are not my people. There it shall be said to them, ye are the sons of the living power." So we are the sons of Yahweh Ba'asham Shai, man. Yasha Allah. Whether these heathens believe it or not, and our people as well, the 2/3 of our people, we are the Israelites, man. And the elites of Esau, they know exactly who we are. These top, these Esau, the elites of Esau, these top heathen nations outside of Esau, they know exactly who we are. But they will never come out and tell us in public, man. But that's why the Lord revealed unto our apostle Uzgray Milson and the men before them to teach us who we really are, man. Because we were as sheep going astray with no shepherd, man. But now we return to Yahweh Ba'asham Shai, man. So yeah, I just want to make a quick lesson on that. Lord willing, I was edified. And until next time, Shalom.